Hello, football fans, and welcome back to the Bluffton University Dynasty here on NCAA 14, where today, your Bluffton Beavers, coming off our very first win in this series, is going to go on the road to play up against the Ohio Bobcats in another edition of Maction. So if you're excited about today's Teambuilder Dynasty episode, do me a favor and please smash that like button as well as hit subscribe if you happen to be new. But without further ado, man, let's go ahead and get into this ball game, shall we? So with that being said, it's time to get things underway, and the Ohio Bobcats is going to start with the football at home. And look at that, first play of the game. We might have allowed ourselves a touchdown, but thankfully Barrett Baker does come up in there and make the tackle. But still, not a way that we wanted to start off for sure, as the Bobcats are just rolling downfield. Barrett Baker gets there but pushes him in the end zone. And so Walter Wilbon III gets on the board first for the Bobcats. And just like that, man, Ohio takes a 7-0 lead as they're going to try and take over. For some reason, Jack Rodford is in at the starting quarterback. Might have forgotten to change the depth chart in the main menu. But IT's in the game now. He's our actual starting QB. Going to try to throw to the left-hand side with him, but it's off the mark. And that interception is going to cost us dearly as we throw our first interception of this ball game. Not the accuracy that we saw last week against the Red Hawks. And so the Bobcats get the ball. Goal line situation could make this a quick 14-0 game if we don't do anything about it. As Warren will try to drop back, throw over the middle, but thankfully it's off the mark. Incomplete pass. So now, 2nd and goal. Quarterback making some adjustments at the line of scrimmage. Leonard going to actually try to run for it. Nobody is home. And Josh Carey could not get there in time to make a play on the ball. And just like that, just in a blink of an eye, Ohio already with a 14-0 lead. Not how we wanted to start this game for sure. As we'll try again on this 1st and 10. Trying to throw to the left-hand side, but this time it's intercepted again. Thought we had DJ Wogana open, but that was not the case either, as this time Darius Gooden makes an interception on it. He makes a great break on the football. DJ Wogana was open for a second, but thankfully our defense does force a 3 and out, and we do get him off the field. Only allowing a field goal, thankfully. But man, not the way that we wanted to start this game whatsoever. Already down 17-0, and then starting off with 2 consecutive drops after that. It has certainly been a very tough ride. Has got a 3rd and 10 now. IT's looking good. Trying to throw it to the left-hand side. This time he didn't even see the defensive back come up in there and make the play. And so IT Thomas, 0 for 5. 3rd interception thrown. And just a rough day at the office for IT Thomas. I don't know what he was thinking from last time out. You know, he's looking like 2 completely different players, you know, compared to how he was in the Red Hawks game. Was very smart. And we're not seeing any of that in this game either. So Ohio opening up with a pretty big lead, and that lead looks like it could get even bigger as they have another 1st and 10 to work with. Henry going to try to get to the right-hand side. He shoves off the first defender and is able to go for a 12-yard rush. So now 1st and 10. Leonard dropping back. Going to go to the left-hand side. Gets to Foster, who nearly picks up the 1st down himself. And now 2nd and 2 again. Leonard looking around. Finds an easy receiver over the middle. Dwayne Griffin shaking off a wimpy tackler. And it's another touchdown for the Bobcats. Probably the worst game that we have played so far in this entire season. And the sad part is we aren't even halfway in, you know, done with the 1st quarter yet. And, you know, so hopefully we can get things under control here. It has not looked pretty so far, as Rockford going to try to throw to the left-hand side again. Tries to get it out there, but it's incomplete. So now a 3rd and 3. Only need a few yards to pick up here. We'll see if we can actually do it. Rockford trying to throw it to the seam route, but again, that man steps in, makes the play. Turnover number 4 in the first quarter of play. Wow, what a tough day to deal with for sure. And things are just getting completely out of hand. It is just a tough one to watch as we're there to make the play that time, but simply can't get it done. Walter Wilbon is forced out of bounds eventually, but wow. Nothing like giving up a first down on that one. And then we might have some trouble here as Hammy's got some running room and is able to get into the end zone. NCAA 14 might be on something. We're just going to go ahead and get up out of here. Hope for a better game. So remember last week when we won the football game? That certainly didn't happen here, man. When I saw we were down 30-0 midway through the first quarter, I knew it was going to be ugly, so I just went ahead and pulled out. We lost 67-3. It wasn't very good, but I'm not going to end on that. There's no way I'm going to end on this kind of note, so I'm going to play another game and see, and hopefully that next game goes a lot better. So we'll wait and see what happens. Okay, so here's the hoping that we have some better game in front of us. And so far it's going so good. We have gone 2 minutes without letting them score. But that could change here as Ron Cook Jr. gets away from our defensive tackle. We had him in the backfield. We read that screen perfectly. Yet it still ends in a first down. That kind of describes our defense overall when we play against these FBS teams. You know, we're there to make the plays, but, you know, just can't quite get the job done yet as there's almost a touchdown scored by Ron Cook Jr. He's able to take that thing 39 yards, sucked in by the 1-yard line monster, thankfully. But on the next play, Ron Cook Jr. is going to finish the drive off for the Buffalo Bulls, as they do end up finding the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. And just like that, it's a 7-0 lead, as now comes IT Thomas and company, trying to get this thing rocking and rolling. And we're off to a better start, actually. We get a completion to Josh Gates. Remember, IT's first 3 throws, actually what started 0 for 5 with 3 interceptions. You know, is doing a lot better as Josh Gates gets pushed out of bounds. We're across the 50-yard line. The first time that we have crossed midfield while we are controlling the team in 2 games. So, yeah, it's a very good time to be alive, as the drive still continues for the Beavers. So we got a nice 8-yard gain there. We'll see if we can get to the outside again, try to do another read option, get another first down. We recognize that we can't really get much going with the running game unless there's an option we have seen decent success overall. You know, trying to be as balanced as possible. Because, you know, I really don't want our 50-something overall quarterback to throw 50 pass attempts. That's not what's going to work out well for us. And speaking of which, we try to throw it that out route. That's incomplete. So we'll try again. 4th and 8 coming up. Thomas set to drop back to pass. Going to try to throw it to the right-hand side. Again, that out route was open, but we just don't have the accuracy to pull it off. But we do force Buffalo off the field, though. It's still 7-0 for right now. We'll see what Rockford can do, as IT Thomas was knocked out of the game, actually. So Rockford is back in, at least briefly. We'll see what he can do, and he's off to a nice start as well. 14-yard gain. It's now 2nd and 10. A couple plays later, going to try to throw it over to the left-hand side. That's incomplete. Slightly off target. We are looking for Tommy Marks, but just couldn't quite get it to him that time. And so a 3rd and long coming up for the Beavers. Let's see what we can do. IT Thomas back in the game, trying to get it to Kurt White. The ball was thrown where it needed to be, but Kurt White cannot hang on to it, though. And so 4th and 10. You already know what it is, across the 50-yard line. Gonna go ahead, try to throw this one over the middle, but we get intercepted that time. Tried to throw it up. And I think on top of that, we're going to get a face mask called on us as well. And that's what they do. They call another face mask. So in addition to the return, they get a 15-yard penalty tacked on with that. And so they're already on the 50-yard line once again. As Daniels looking to get to the left-hand side. A tough ball for Foster. He's able to break a tackle. Scott Curry is the last line of defense. is able to be brought down eventually, but not before a 42-yard gain that sets up another goal line situation. And then Ron Cook's gonna do the rest, finding the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. Beavers playing better, but we're still down 14-0. We'll see if our offense can get something going here on this next possession. So we got 1st and 10. Going to go over the middle to Josh Gates, who finds a nice soft spot in the zone and picks up 7 yards thanks to that. Now here we go. Another 3rd and 6. We are 0 for 3 so far on 3rd downs. Can we finally get our first down conversion? As Thomas is trying to look around, looking for a target, but just does not have the time to get it off. Nearly gets sacked in the process. So we're going to try it again. Another 4th down attempt. As Lemon's going to be forced to throw it. Offensive line could not hold it down for him to try to scramble out of there. And so again, Buffalo takes over after a turnover on downs. You know, it's one thing, the defense is not very good to begin with. But on top of that, giving them all these opportunities. But you don't simply want to punt the football away. Because if you punt the football away, you know, they might score anyways. Actually, they probably will, given, you know, the strengths of our defense currently, as we do get a nice play in the backfield, although looks like Terry Riley, actually it's Kevin Hall that fell down, but does just enough to bring him down. So nice little bright spot there. As a 3rd and 6 is coming up, they're going to the left-hand side. Steffen's trying to fight for the 1st down and actually gets there, crosses that 1st down marker. So now 1st and 10, running the read option. We had Terry Riley in the perfect position, but I done mess up. Really should have brought him down, but we're just not getting any help today, and that's going to continue to be the case as Ron Cook just stiff arms poor Antoine Hayden into the ground on his way to his 3rd rushing TD of this ball game. And so Buffalo, again, with a 21-0 lead. Stop me if you've seen that score before in favor of the other team. As they try to throw to the right-hand side to start this next possession. It's incomplete. Trying to get to Chris McLean, but wasn't quite there. And so once again, another 3rd down coming up. 0 for 4 so far. Can we make it 1 and 5? We finally get a 3rd down conversion. DJ Welgana, 22-yard gain. That's one of our bigger plays of this game. And we finally get our first down conversion, as we nearly turned it over 2 plays later. Rich Miller got his hands on the football, just couldn't quite make the play. So again, another 3rd down and long coming up here. IT gonna throw to the left-hand side, finds Tommy Marks, who makes the dive and grab. A 15-yard gain on that one. And so here we go, another 3rd and long coming up. IT trying to throw it to Kurt White. He throws behind him. Does come back and make the play, luckily, but might have been better off not doing that, as we'll have to go for 4th down. Once again, we're 0 for 3 so far today. Thomas desperately looking for somebody, going to try to throw it towards the end zone. He has Josh Gates, but can't quite make the grab, as IT just couldn't get enough on that football. And so Buffalo once again taking over. And so Johnson and company is going to get this started for the Buffalo Bulls. A 9-yard gain on that one. And now 2nd and 1. Daniels dropping back to pass. Going to throw to the left-hand side. That's incomplete. Forcing the drop. He heard the footsteps of Antoine Hayden. And so a 3rd down coming up for the Buffalo Bulls. Big play for both teams as we just... What is going on there? Scott Curry was there to make the play, but just doesn't sink in. The tackle animation wasn't there. Like, what's going on? And so Buffalo gets another 1st down thanks to that. We should have brought him down in the backfield, but it is what it is. I am used to being screwed over in this first season anyways. And now 2nd and 2. Steffens goes into motion. Wouldn't be shocked if it's a run. No, it's a pass actually. Daniels goes over the middle of the field. He's still up though. He breaks the tackle. And finally, we have someone actually able to bring him down. Nick McDonald makes the tackle. But the Bulls are still moving. They can still got 1 timeout left, as Cook Jr. makes the catch out of the left sideline. He meets a group of Beavers, but well after the first down marker, however. And so here we go again, a 1st and goal. Once again for Daniels, who throws to the right-hand side, finds Maryland Johnson. For the end zone, touchdown Buffalo. And they hold a 28-0 lead with only 1 minute left here in this second quarter. And things aren't looking good either. We just got a sack there, so a 2nd and 19. Going to be forced to rock with the 4 verts. IT's looking around, but fumbles the football. Trying to make a play, trying to do something. And he certainly did do something alright. He fumbles the ball and gives 7 points to the other team. But still, 48 seconds left. Maybe we can get some points on the board still. Not all hope is lost just yet, as Tommy Marks does make a nice catch upfield for the 1st down. A gain of 16 yards on that one. And now, 1st and 10. Thomas trying to get the boys downfield. A nice diving grab by Antoine Hayden for a nice grab. That's his first catch of the day as well. Way to get it done in the snow, too. As Thomas hurries his troops to the line quickly. 1st and 10. Thomas is looking to try to throw it for Tommy Marks, but can't quite make the play that time around. And so we got a 3rd and long coming up once again. Beavers still have 2 timeouts. Thomas trying to throw to left-hand side to Antoine Hayden. It's incomplete. Can't quite make the grab. The ball was a little high. And so a 4th down that's coming up. Lemon Force going to try to scramble once again. Going to try to throw it for one of the gunners, but overthrown ball. And so that's how the first half ends. Buffalo enjoying a nice 35-0 lead. Just getting ramsacked, in this episode. Going back to the old ways. This is what more we've been used to this entire season. Just getting absolutely crushed. And just trying to use these games as a learning experience so that we can get better, day in and day out. That's really the main goal of this season. I knew we were going to have a really hard time being competitive this year. As now, 2nd and 8. Thomas looking to drop back on a throw over the middle and throws a nice ball to Julian Cook, actually. One of the older players on the team. One of the few upperclassmen that we actually have, who's able to come in and make the play that time. As Chris McClain gets some good yards as well. But what is this? We got a flag on the play. Hopefully it's a face mask. No. Of course, it's a holding penalty. So now a 2nd and 19 for Thomas and company. Got to try to make something happen here as we try to throw the out route. But IT Thomas not only gets sacked, but also looked like he got a little shaken up. Very hard hit by that linebacker. And so for this 3rd and 27, we have Jack Rockford back in the game. We'll see if he can try to do anything. Trying to throw it over the middle. He had a receiver open, in that secondary, but just couldn't get it up high enough. It was almost intercepted in the process. So now, 4th and 27. Going to try to send a running back on a wheel route as we try to go deep, but Rockford just doesn't have the time once again. Takes the sack, and it's another turnover on downs for the Beavers. Just a tough day to be alive right now. As Buffalo takes over, Ron Cook has the blocking as well. He only has one more man to beat. As it looks like Barrett Baker comes in there and makes the play that time. Forced out of bounds. But Buffalo is driving, and they're going to continue to move forward thanks to a Todd Davis catch that goes for a 7-yard gain on that one. His first catch of the entire day. Although Buffalo not worried about going no huddle like they usually have been doing throughout the game. At this point, they're just killing us with just the sheer talent that they have on this roster right now in compared to ours. As now, 1st and 10. Daniels dropping back. Ron was able to get through the first offensive lineman, but again, Joe Daniels scrambles well beforehand. Saw a wide open lane and took it. Nearly for a touchdown as well. As Daniels will try to get something set up here. We actually force him down. Nice job reading the screen as Terry Riley, one of our defensive standouts this season, making the sack this time around. but it all doesn't matter as we give him another touchdown. We're going to sim out again. So what else can I say other than it was another tough game for us, a far cry from what happened when we played against Miami of Ohio, and it just still shows that we have a long way to go as a program. We did a little bit better job with the turnover battle, technically only having like 1 or 2 turnovers, but it was a tough day for us, particularly that second quarter, and at that point, just went in putting backups again. Now, the one thing that I will say is I still feel more comfortable with IT Thomas as our quarterback moving forward. Just in general, we're just god-awful when it comes to playing on the road. And it showed in that last game in this episode, and back at home, and IT was competent, 15 for 27, 169 yards. Did turn the ball over, did fumble the ball that led to a touchdown, but looked better than Jack Rockford. He was only 2 for 15 and threw for a grand total of 19 yards. Now, the running game, though, we did not get our running game going whatsoever. We actually had negative yards, which you hate to see it. Receiving game, not much happening here. DJ Wogana and Kurt White, had decent games. Same thing with Tommy Marks. He had 50 yards, but other than that, not really much to talk about. And then defensively, one person that did stand out quite a bit was Kevin Hall, who had 8 tackles, 4 TFLs, and also had a sack. So Kevin Hall had himself a real good game out there on the football field. Same thing to a degree with Will Goings, who had 3 tackles, a TFL, and that TFL also happened to be a sack. And that wasn't the only sack that we got either, as Terry Riley got a sack as well. So we got to the quarterback multiple times today. I don't think we forced any turnovers out there, unless we did something in that second half when we had our backups in, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Just have a long way to go moving forward, man, to build this program up. So it all comes down to what, to me, is the most important game of our entire season. We go on the road to play against Defiance College, and they're similarly ranked as us, but we've done a better job. We are doing much better in most of our statistical categories. It'll be an interesting game for sure, man. Defiance College is still looking for their first win. We're looking to get win number 2. Be interesting to see who will come up top in the FBS version of the Battle of the Hammer for those who have went to Bluffton or Defiance that are watching this episode right now. Should be a good one, so do me a favor. Please smash that like button, as well as hit subscribe if you do happen to be brand new to the channel as well, because we are on the path to 1K subscribers as of the recording of this video. So if you want to join me on that journey, I would definitely appreciate it. But until then, I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day. Take care, everybody.